Good morning, my app A are back. Here's the plan. Glass. If things go according to the engineer and the foreman's plan today, we'll have glass installed in the double height ceiling areas. We will not yet have the glass up the side of the stairs. There's some finishing that needs to be done there first. Speaking of finishing, loads more finishing. Painting, tiling, skim coating, that sort of finishing. All over the place today. What could possibly go wrong? Before we go inside, lead foreman Manny has given himself a little project. So a bit of painting going on here. You'll have to wait and see, hopefully later today, what this is all about. While we're here, loads more bits of metal lying around, ready for construction of that roof where the laundry area will be. Right now, nothing going on with this new roof structure. We'll come back later and see if there are any developments. Just outside the front of the house, tile cutting deja vu. More tiles getting ready to be put in over here. I'm not going to make any bold predictions. I'll make a not bold prediction and say I think this section probably will get done today. And look at this. They're starting to de-obstacleize the house. So all the platforms that are just here to allow them to do the painting on the inside, well, mostly they've been moved. At least they've been moved out of the way a little bit. Sitting in the living room, we've got some cabinet doors. I can only assume that these are going to go into the pantry, but don't quote me. I could be wrong. I can be very unobservant at times. I got no idea when they put these PVC kind of highlight panels up where the glass will go, maybe later on today. And while we're here, the paint that was done on the upper part of this wall, a couple of people have commented on the sheen. It is a semi-gloss. But it is a very, very light grey. We talked about that before, that a lot of these walls will be with very light grey, and partly that's because they won't show the dirt quite as much as a plain white. But this is done upstairs so that, yeah, it is a semi-gloss, it's got a slight sheen to it. But I think because they seem to pay a lot of attention to getting these walls smooth, I don't think it'll show any imperfections. I'm standing here now with the naked eye. It looks perfectly smooth and flat to me. A little bit more work on the gazebo. Original Rico and Lito working on catch basins and drainage. Clearly still, this wall remains to be plastered. Outside the dirty kitchen, Bestie's back at work, putting the flat latex paint on the walls here. Singing Rico is attaching the things that Manny was working on. So, little strips just to help to seal where we've got these double doors. Speaking of double doors, quite a few of them are still basically nailed shut. This is the one into the gym and spa. So I'm going to have to climb through a window because they have done something inside here. It is, in the scheme of things, something quite small and relatively insignificant, except it's got to be done. And although temporarily it looks a mess, what they have done is most of the grout on these wood panel appearance tiles. Not quite finished, still got this end left to do, and then none of these tiles have grout yet. A little while ago, Sing Enrico put the door handle on this door into the still very dark home theatre, for which there is still no finished plan. Still being worked on by the builder, based on quite a lot of information that I've sent to him. They may have cleared the platform from the front door, or just inside the front door, but then they're still not making it easy for me. Getting up the stairs, still quite a challenge. And at the top of the stairs, sorry, but that's just a challenge too far. I can't get through there. All these listen, young workers can contort themselves around whatever there is here. I can't. So, upstairs we'll have to wait till later. What we can see, however, just about through the platforms, this area, the double height area above the door, that's where glass may be going in today. And the same over on the double height area along this hallway. Well, yesterday I said I didn't know what was going to go along the top of the door on Sabrina's balcony. Well, now we do. It's the same kind of PVC panels they used as the highlight panels around all of the TV cabinets in the bedrooms. So it is another different surface, but it kind of, I think, blends in pretty well with what's there already. So I don't think it's too much. Wouldn't want it to be dramatically different from the other surfaces, but I think this just about all fits together. We're just coming up to 4:30, not quite there yet. The day got very interrupted by food shopping. If any of you are familiar with food shopping here in the supermarkets, the big two, at least where we are, I think mostly around the Philippines, are SM Supermarkets and S&R, which I believe is an American franchise. They both seem to be on a mission to do as much as they possibly can to irritate customers. I think SM in particular are winning that one right now. They've figured out that putting more people on checkouts is more expensive. So when some bright smart spark has realised that if you put like one on 20 checkouts, you'll annoy people so much they'll never come back. The store will close down, then you won't have to pay anybody on a checkout. Genius. Okay, that's the rant over. Right, Harold Norman submitted the following. There are three kinds of people in this world. Those who can count, and those who can't. And with that, let's see what's been going on. Here at the back of the gazebo, we have drainage. So the downspouts are now connected to a drain, which connects to this catch basin, which connects to that catch basin, which connects to all the drains running down that side of the property. Proper drainage. Progress with the support for the roof that's going to go here, under which laundry will be kept dry. So we've had forms put onto the small rebar columns that were at the bottom of these columns, and the guys have just finished pouring concrete. This is to make these metal concrete pillars a lot more stable. No sign of the roof itself yet, but be patient. My very conservative forecast that this set of tiles will be completed, true. But they have also done about, what's that? A little more than a quarter of the section under the kitchen window. So that's the last one of these sections along the front of the house. We'll have in total 4 underneath different windows. Right, a correction is required on my part. I hadn't appreciated that the panels that they put up on the left of the sliding doors in Sabrina's room, they looked to me like they were much wider panels, the individual vertical parts, but it was just because it was covered in plastic, dummy. So actually, it's not 3 finishes up there, it's 2. I kind of like the first one, but this is better. Not too many different surfaces. I really like that. That's fabulous. These double doors going into the gym and spa are one example of Manny's little project. So we've put these little centerpieces just to cover the gap between the 2 doors when they're closed. Now, obviously right now they stand out like a sore thumb because of the different colour. But that will all get blended in together, I'm sure, in the final product. So a draft break, if you will, on these doors. And that will be done on all of the double doors. The tiled floor in the gym and spa. Well, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but it is all grouted. Job done in here after a lot of cleanup. It's hard to know how clearly this will come out, but this is another example of that. Take a dizzy pill. I'll try and show it up close. So, yeah, kind of a draft break. Right, coming upstairs, it's changed. I actually can come upstairs. All the platform that was here, that was completely blocking me this morning, is gone. So the plan didn't quite work out. We do not yet have the glass, either here or above the double height area over the back of the sunroom, but I am told we are very, very close to being ready to put the glass in. Most of the preparation work on the walls around here has been finished, so they can go ahead with this, hopefully, tomorrow. This is Sabrina's bathroom, and I'm using this one as an example because it probably at this time of day has the most light. Well, that's helped by the fact that it's got the lightest coloured walls apart from in the master bedroom. But the news is grout, all done. It's all in, it still needs a lot of tidy up. I'm looking at the wall, I'm not convinced, but the floors are all, in all the bathrooms, are all grouted. I think there's still work to be done on the walls. I'll have to come back and check this again tomorrow. But I don't think those walls look like they're done. I'm sure this will not show up very clearly, but all of the upper part of this wall, in fact all of it extending round to the right, above our heads, back towards the stairs, all of it now has the very light grey coloured paint on there. It is very light grey, which is marvellous. Didn't want dark, but it's going to be, I imagine, quite hard to tell, particularly in the light at this time of day. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a better view of how that colour looks, although we did see a little bit of it this morning. But all of upstairs, well, not all of upstairs, but a large part of upstairs now has that grey paint on it. We have told the engineer that this light fixture, we do want a little bit of a change, just so that there's a bit more differentiation in the height of the various lamps. They can't go any lower, they say, because there'll be a risk that then somebody tall could reach up and bang them, so we don't want that. We do have a couple of tall guys in the family. So they're just going to put some of them a little higher up, which will be absolutely fine, just to create something that's slightly less of the very tight cluster that they look like at the moment. That is the end of the day. Didn't quite hit that target of getting the glass installed, but I believe they are very, very close. I think pretty much all the preparation that needs to be done has been done. Haven't quite got a roof on the north side of the house yet, but we've got more of the structure in place. We have now got full drainage over at the gazebo. We've got a lot more light grey paint. We've got more tiles at the front. We've got more light fixtures. Bupper Jess, the electrician, was desperately keen to tell me something earlier on he was very proud of and I couldn't quite understand, so we'll check that out tomorrow, if we can. It was a good day. as yesterday, kind of no major thing, but pretty close to BuilDelicious. See you tomorrow.